Hello everyone, I'm Ravi, born in India but grown up in China. I'm here again, back to my motherland, to do a very important part. To explain you the purpose of being here is to explain you a very powerful tool called Brahmastra. To talk a little more about this, I would like to say that when I chose this course, I was not very sure whether I'm choosing this course for my professional gain or personal. I was a bit dicey and I was not very sure how is it going to help me. But after I've come here, it took me 2 days to realize that this is certainly going to help me professionally as well as personally. Because each person plays multiple roles in life. They're sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, students, teachers. So there are multiple roles you have to play, and you have to use a different strategy, a different style or pattern to be able to handle different situations. So if you look at my chart here, I have created a bow and arrow. This bow, which you see here, this bow that you see here is not just a bow. This is a tool, a very important tool. I call it InnerMost Shift Coaching tool. And the arrow that you see here is not just an ordinary arrow. This is another tool that we call it IC Probe Gap tool. These two tools have made the whole understanding of this course very clear, and these are the soul or the core of this course. Once you understand these two things, you will be able to relate all the other strategies together, and the concepts will become very, very clear. There is one thing that I want to say that no one else said before. When I look at Sat Sir and Sri Ma'am, I see that though they are together, but their personality is different. Sat Sir usually looks very serious when you talk to him, but all of a sudden I got very surprised when he used humor, and I was like very surprised, like, is he the same guy or a different person? So that clearly shows that he has the ability to make his presence felt in multiple ways. And that made me really, really amazed to experience such a feeling, such a coach, a mentor. And I see that these two people, they have the credibility to be my mentor in the future. And I would be delighted and honored if they give a go-ahead for me. Recommendations for this course, I've been asked by many people in China, some of my cousins who live outside India, and of course my friends here in India. My experience kept changing from day 1 to day 8. But it kept changing, obviously, in the up direction. It went up day by day. It's been going up, and I feel that energy, I feel its strength, and I've spoken to a lot of people about this, and they got really impressed, and they are really looking forward to come here and join this course. Hopefully, they are committed and focused to be able to come and choose this course. And what else should I say? This is an amazing experience to be here, and I'm really looking forward to attend another level, another higher level of this, which is a master's program. And I really wish that all of us, we are a family now, more than friends, and I hope we'll be together and we'll be able to work together professionally as well. I hope you know what is Brahmastra, right? Brahmastra is a very, very powerful weapon. It is more dangerous than nuclear weapon, right? Now, if you see the tools, you will see I have a bow and an arrow here. The bow is a tool as well as the arrow. The bow is the InnerMost Shift Coaching tool, and the arrow is the best NLP model, which uses IC Probe Gap tool. Now, what we do here is, first of all, I would like to explain you the background, where do I come from. I teach in a university in China, and there I teach, I consult, I counsel, but I still don't coach. So this will be an opportunity for me to try my hand in coaching and see how things work. So this is a very good coaching model that I've created. I think it's good, but I don't know what you feel. So when you see here, Gurukul is university in Hindi. But I've changed the spelling of cool to cool, because by using this NLP technique and the other tools, we as coaches are cool. I hope you agree with me, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what we do here is I'm going to use a lot of techniques to find out what exactly my students need. I'm going to start with the first step, where I'm going to use some IC probe techniques to find out what exactly they're lacking, what they're looking for, what exactly they want to do with their life. I'm going to identify a lot of things that they may not know, but they know. They don't realize they know, but they know it. I have to make them understand. I'll be using some of the techniques to take their learning pattern or their learning graph up so they can grow in the university and do well in the future as well. I'll be using the learning strategies, and for that I need to understand their learning pattern. Once I get the hold of the pattern, I'll be able to understand which strategy I have to make them aware of so they can remember what they easily forget. This is the most common thing I heard, that students spend a lot of time studying, but right at the exam, they forget everything. I think this tool is certainly very important in all the subjects. So even if you're weak in some subjects, you can still overcome those barriers and do well. This is something that I can see when I look at their score, so I don't have to wait for a long time. Then I'll be using some inspirational models, and I'll be using a model of supreme excellence. Both the models are very, very important for students, because students are not really inspired. They just look for high scores. They're not inspired to learn other activities or professional skills when they are in the university, which in turn are going to help them when they start working in their jobs. So I'm going to inspire them and try to understand what really inspires them. Because students come from different family backgrounds, they have different family histories, they have experienced some very tragic and terrible moments, which in turn affects their studies. So study is not the real problem. The problem is they're not inspired to aspire. That's the problem. So I'm going to focus on these areas to make sure that they experience the supreme excellence within them. And that will certainly give them a boost of confidence so they can do well and create a better life for them. As you can see, I would be using some other tools as well, but there's not enough space in this chart. But I've explained a bit here, like work-life balance. University students also do part-time jobs. So they have to cut their time so they can finish their homework, they can attend their classes, do the extracurricular activities, and also get some time to work so they can make some money and support their education so they don't burden their parents. That is another very important part that I would like to cover with some of my students who really face problems in managing time and balance at work and their personal life. Finally, I'll be using gap technique to find out what exactly they see themselves doing in the future. So I'll be helping them to know their goals, and I'll also progress and track their goals so I can keep in touch with them and see whether they're improving or not. It's not like training. Coaching is a different concept altogether. That will help me to be with them and to see their progress and check how they're doing well. And as everybody has a goal, I also have a goal which is not very ambitious. It's doing 500 coaching hours in the next 6 months. I hope I'll be successful because this will be a completely new idea in my university, and I'll be the first person to introduce that. So if it works well, then it's going to do wonders, and maybe I will also ask you to come and join me there. Right? And then we all can experience the oceanic ecstasy. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.